Hey everyone! Welcome to Boo Boo Viral News, your go-to place for all viral updates. As Alana and Pumpkin reflected on their explosive money confrontation with Mama June, they were both surprised by her husband Justin's reaction and claimed they thought he would divorce her right then, and their Mama June Shannon's daughters aren't the only ones fed up with her lies. It turns out her husband Justin Stroud is also reaching a breaking point with her antics on Friday's episode of Mama June Family Crisis. Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson and her sister Lauryn Pumpkin Aford were left reeling after a conversation about AL's Cubian account with Mama June went sideways after Pumpkin claimed that Mama June had trouble keeping track of her lies. Alana noted that she had never seen Justin yell at her like that after he confronted her about lying and spending her earnings as a child star. I thought he was going to divorce her right then and there, she continued, while Pumpkin added, if she doesn't quit the F-word lying and really get her F-word life together, I'm telling you Justin's going to leave her. In a conversation with Sarah's, Pumpkin confessed that she and her siblings were not Team Justin when Mama June first introduced him. Despite her initial feelings, she explained that he's really proved himself and he does his best to keep their mother accountable. As Elena's sisters rallied around her and gave her props for standing up to Mama June, the teen revealed that she felt worried about what's to become of her future and expressed hurt over how Mam June had chosen to divvy up her funds. Don't think could honestly ever move past it like that is a lot of money, she added. When Mama June and Justin returned to their shared home, the couple remained at odds, with Justin sleeping on the couch and never coming to bed. In a confessional, Justin explained how Mama June's lies could threaten my relationship with the girls because look like a villain when there's money missing. He went on to reveal that he made a commitment to being honest when he made the decision to go sober, sharing how his wife's betrayal had caused him a great deal of hurt. He added, before it's all said and done, she's going to ruin this marriage and the relationship with the kids if things don't change. The next morning, Mama June convinced Justin to hash out the events of the night before their lunch. Marriage, it has its ups and downs, he told cameras while the two sat down at a table on screen. At the end of the day, June is my wife, but this one right here stung because I feel like I actually have kids of my own. They look at me like a stepdad and I'm thrown into a bunch of lying and stolen money. She doesn't understand that it doesn't just affect her, it affects all of us. Justy continued. When Mama June tried to explain herself, she claimed that taxes took a lot of Atlanta's childhood earnings, which Justin didn't buy. After wondering if she thinks he's an idiot, Justin theorized that she's trying to convince herself that she did the right thing. It bothers them, but they just want you to be honest, he told Mama June, who claimed that she never lied and told Alana she was going to be set for life. However, Elena Thompson rose to fame as Honey Boo Boo, and with that her entire family was brought into the spotlight with TV show after TV show documenting their lives. This reality star has gotten used to having her every move analyzed by fans. Initially, Thompson caught the public's attention in Toddlers and Terras alongside other beauty pageant contestants like Eden Wood and the late Kia Posey. However, it was shows like Here Comes Honey Boo Boo and Mama June From Not to Hot that helped increase and maintain the Shannon family's popularity. Naturally, fame can bring a lot of good things, but living in the public eye means that folks are constantly curious about what goes on in your life, such as the case with Atanta Thompson, who has been confronted with rumors about herself plenty of times over the years. Among all the rumors that have circulated about Honey Boo Boo, the one that never seems to retire is related to her becoming a mother, perhaps as a result of Thompson's long-term relationship with Dreen Carswell and the history of young pregnancies in the family mixed with a dose of body shaming. This TV star has been questioned about the matter time and again. Despite having shut down pregnancy rumors in the past, Thompson is facing them once more as fans theorize that she may have a baby on the way. Helena Thompson does not have a baby, nor has she ever announced a pregnancy. The subject was even addressed by Lauryn Pumpkin Aford in an episode of Mama June Family Crisis that aired last February. Pumpkin spoke about her concern for her youngest sister, hoping she would avoid getting pregnant too young like herself. Their late sister Anna and their mother June, the sister, also spoke about her wish for Honey Boo Boo to attend college, which is something the young star appears to be taking seriously. During a TikTok live in April 2023, Alana Thompson claimed that she does not intend to have children before she finishes college. Of course, things don't always go according to plan, and Thompson is allowed to change her mind on the subject for the time being, though there is no proof that she is pregnant, so fans should put the theories to rest when she's ready to become a mother. The TV personality will share the news with the public if she wishes to. However, Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson has called out her mother Mama June and is also threatening to take legal action over stolen money. On Friday's episode of Mama June Family Crisis, Mama June admitted that she'd had taken money from Alana's Kogan account, a trust where parents of child stars are legally required to deposit a percentage of their earnings. After the revelation, Alana shared in a confessional, "Mama's really pissing me off because she's trying to make everything about her damn self, and it's like, where's my money? I'm going to get the truth out of Mama and I will find out where my money is. Mama is not getting a slap on the wrist for this one." Mama June's husband Justin Stroud was also taken aback by the news, saying he had also been left in the dark. Honestly, was really hurt because thought me and June was supposed to be able to tell each other everything, and if she knew that it was going to blow up like this, she should have told me about it, he explained. Elena's older sister Lauryn Pumpkin Aford said that Mama June was Smart because she knew to put the bare minimum into Alana's account that was legally right and then pocketed the Lord knows what she did or where it went. She added, I honestly did not think she could stoop that low. She also pointed out to Mama June that Alana was the reason you're famous to begin with. Alana broke down in tears after realizing she didn't know how she's going to pay for her college education. She then emotionally told Mama June, you don't really give if that you took our money. That's the real problem here. That's the problem. When Lauryn said her mother wasn't able to be honest about how she spent the earnings, June responded, I've been honest, dumbass. Mama June admitted to taking 80% and left 20% for Alana. Lauryn said, don't get what you were even paying for other than drugs. Alana threatened to take Mama June to court because something's done happen because you ain't fitting to just get away with stealing my money, baby. However, Alana Honey Put Thompson faced a tough reality when she realized finding an apartment in Colorado might be more difficult than expected. In a teaser clip from Mama June Family Crisis, shared exclusively with In Touch in a clip for the Friday, March 22nd episode, Alana 18 and sister Lauryn Pumpkin Ired recalled looking at apartments in Colorado before the teen moved there for college with boyfriend Dream Carswell. After noting that the cheapest apartment they toured was $2,000 per month, Elena received a text message from her realtor explaining one of her applications was denied because Lauryn's credit wasn't approved. Alana thought the stolen money drama in the Shannon family couldn't get any more explosive. Think again. Because this time, it's not just Alana Honey Boo Boo Thompson and Lauryn Pumpkin effort calling out Mama June. Now even June's husband, Justin Stroud, looks like he's hitting a breaking point. And what happened after that brutal conversation has fans asking one big question. Is this marriage about to crack for real? Before we dive in, quick reminder. If you love real reality TV with the full timeline and the behind-the-scenes context, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because this story keeps evolving and you do not want to miss the next update. Now let's set the scene. On Mama June Family Crisis, the family sits down to talk about the money, Alana's money. Money that should have been protected, tracked, and accounted for. And the conversation isn't just uncomfortable. It's the kind of everybody's holding their breath moment where one wrong sentence turns into a full-blown explosion. Pumpkin comes in already frustrated, already suspicious, and honestly, already tired. She makes it clear she doesn't believe Mama June is being straight about what happened to the funds. And she flat out suggests that June can't even keep her lies organized anymore. That comment alone is like lighting a match in a room full of gasoline. But here's the part that shook Alana and Pumpkin the most. Justin. Because they expected Mama June to get defensive. They expected June to deny, deflect, maybe cry, maybe play the victim. What they did not expect was Justin raising his voice at June in a way Alana says she's never seen before. Alana admits she had never witnessed Justin yell at her mom like that. Ever. And that moment is when the entire vibe shifts. Suddenly, it's not just kids versus Mama June. It's Justin versus the chaos. And he's not playing polite anymore. Alana says it out loud. She thought Justin was going to divorce her right then and there. Not maybe later, not after the season, but right there in the heat of the argument, like the last straw finally snapped. Pumpkin backs that feeling up with a blunt warning. If Mama June doesn't stop the lying and actually get her life together, Justin is going to leave. And when Pumpkin says something like that, she's not guessing. She's speaking like someone who has watched patterns repeat for years and can see the ending coming a mile away. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Pumpkin reveals that when Justin first came into their mother's life, she and her siblings were not on his side. They weren't Team Justin. They didn't trust him. They were cautious. They were protective. Because let's be real, after everything they've been through, anyone new in Mama June's world automatically comes with a giant question mark. But over time, Pumpkin says Justin has actually proved himself. He's been trying to keep June accountable. He's been trying to be steady. And in a family where stability has always felt temporary, that matters. So now, you've got this weird twist where the daughters, who once didn't want him around, are watching him be the one person willing to push back against Mama June's story. And that says a lot. Meanwhile, Alana is caught in the middle of something heavier than just family drama. This is about her future. This is about the money she earned as a child star. Money she should have been able to use for college, for a stable start, for security. And in the aftermath of that chaotic talk, Alana opens up about the part that hurts the most. The feeling that her own mother chose to handle her earnings in a way that didn't protect her. Alana says she doesn't know if she can ever truly move past it. And that line hits like a punch because it's not the kind of thing you say when you're just mad in the moment. That's a deep, permanent crack. She emphasizes how much money it was, how big this is, and you can hear the fear under the anger. If the adults who were supposed to protect you didn't, what happens to your trust after that? And then we cut to Mama June and Justin returning home, and the tension follows them like a storm cloud. This isn't one of those reality TV fights where everyone yells and then the camera cuts to a hug. No. Justin sleeps on the couch. He doesn't come to bed. The silence is loud. And in his confessional, Justin finally says the quiet part out loud. Mama June's lies don't just affect Mama June. They affect him. They affect his relationship with the girls. Because when money is missing and the story doesn't add up, the daughters can look at him like he's part of it. Even if he's not. He says it makes him look like the villain, and he doesn't want that. He's basically saying, I didn't create this mess, but I'm standing inside it, and I'm getting burned anyway. And then Justin brings up something that changes the whole frame. Sobriety. He talks about making a commitment to honesty when he decided to go sober. That matters because it means he's not just arguing to argue. He's arguing because, for him, truth is tied to survival. If he's building his life around accountability and honesty, and he's married to someone who keeps bending the truth, that's not just annoying. It's dangerous to the foundation he's trying to stand on. He admits her betrayal hurt him deeply, and he drops a warning that sounds like a prophecy. Before it's all said and done, she's going to ruin this marriage and the relationship with the kids if things don't change. That is not a casual statement. That's a man staring at the edge and admitting he sees how this ends if the pattern continues. The next morning, Mama June tries to smooth it over. She convinces Justin to talk it out over lunch, and on camera, Justin tries to stay calm, but you can hear the pain underneath his words. He says marriage has ups and downs, but then he says something that reveals why he's taking this so personally. He feels like he actually has kids of his own now. He's saying these girls look at him like a stepdad. They see him as family. And being thrown into lying and stolen money makes him feel trapped in a situation he didn't cause, but now he has to carry. Justin tells June she doesn't understand that her actions don't just affect her, they affect all of them. And when Mama June starts offering explanations, she tries to blame taxes for taking a lot of Alana's childhood earnings. But Justin doesn't buy it. He straight up reacts like, "Do you think I'm stupid?" And that moment is huge because it shows he's not accepting half answers anymore. He even suggests that June might be trying to convince herself she did the right thing. Like she's rehearsed the story so many times that she believes it, but the kids don't. Justin points out that the girls just want honesty. That's it. Not a perfect excuse. Not a magical explanation. Just the truth. And Mama June? She claims she never lied, and she insists she told Alana she was going to be set for life. But that claim lands horribly because if Alana's sitting there feeling like her future is uncertain, if she's saying she can't move past it, then set for life sounds like promise that didn't match reality. Now here's the bigger context people forget. Alana became famous as Honey Boo Boo, and the entire family got pulled into the spotlight. Pageants, here comes Honey Boo Boo, Mama June, from not to hot, show after show, cameras everywhere, money flowing, fame rising. And fame can bring opportunity. But it also attracts mess, and it can magnify every bad decision. Fans have watched this family's ups and downs for years, and because they live in public, rumors follow them non-stop. Everything from relationships to money to pregnancy speculation. And while those pregnancy rumors keep cycling online, the bigger real story is what we're seeing here. The long-term consequences of childhood fame when the adults controlling the finances don't handle things properly. Alana has said she's focused on school and her future, and Pumpkin has repeatedly expressed fear that Alana could end up repeating the same hard cycles. Getting stuck, getting overwhelmed, losing opportunities. That's why this money fight isn't just about numbers. It's about control, trust, and what Alana's adulthood is going to look like after being the breadwinner as a child. And now, with Justin openly questioning June, sleeping on the couch, and basically warning that her choices could destroy everything, the family dynamic shifts again. Because if the husband, the one person who used to stand beside June, starts siding with the kids on the tell the truth issue, then Mama June loses her biggest shield. And once that shield is gone, the pressure is on in a way she can't dodge. So the question becomes, is this the moment Mama June finally takes accountability, or is this the beginning of the end, of her marriage and whatever relationship she has left with her daughters? Because Alana and Pumpkin aren't backing down. Justin isn't backing down. And the more June denies, the more isolated she becomes. The happy news, if you can even call it that, is that Alana is still trying to build a future, while carrying the weight of her sister's final months and the emotional collapse of everything she used to call stable. And to understand why this is so intense, you have to understand what this promise really means. When someone you love is dying, especially a sibling who has been part of your survival story, their last wishes hit different. They don't feel like advice. They feel like a command you can't betray. They become a rule that lives in your bones. Alana has talked about wanting to become a nurse and build something real beyond reality TV. And after Anna's death, that goal stopped being a dream and started becoming a mission. Almost a form of loyalty. Imagine being 18 or 19 starting college, and you're not just learning anatomy and biology. You're learning how to breathe through grief. You're learning how to function when your mind keeps replaying hospital rooms, final conversations, and everything you wish you could undo. Most people's first year of college is stressful enough. New city, new friends, heavy coursework, identity pressure. Now multiply that by 1,000. Because Alana isn't a typical student. She's one of the most recognizable faces in American pop culture, trying to blend into campus life while people already think they know her story. And that kind of fame doesn't just follow you. It isolates you. You can't be normal easily. You can't disappear into a crowd when strangers have opinions about your childhood. On top of that, grief doesn't run on a schedule. It comes in waves. Some days you feel okay for a moment, and then one smell, one song, one random memory hits, and your chest tightens like it's happening all over again. And while Alana is trying to hold that together in Colorado, the support system she used to rely on back home has been cracking. 4 years, if this family had an anchor, it was Lauryn Pumpkin Efford. Pumpkin wasn't just a sister. She was the one who stepped up when Mama June spiraled. She became the stabilizer, the fixer, the adult in the room. And at one point, she had legal custody of Alana and was raising her through the hardest years. That's not just sibling love, that's survival love. But then in August 2024, news broke that Pumpkin filed for divorce from her husband Josh Efford after 6 years of marriage. They share 4 kids, and reports described custody arrangements and separation details. Meaning this wasn't just a rough patch. It was a major life shift. And if you're Alana, living states away, trying to stay afloat in school, what does that do to your sense of safety? It removes the emergency exit. It erases the feeling that everything falls apart, can always go home. Because home, at least the version that felt most stable, has changed. Pumpkin is now juggling single-parent life, divorce stress, grief from losing Anna, and the emotional responsibility this family tends to dump on the one person who seems strongest. Alana can't just lean on Pumpkin the way she once could. Not because Pumpkin doesn't care, because Pumpkin is drowning too. That is what makes Alana's situation feel like emotional quicksand. The more she struggles, the less she wants to burden the people she loves, and the more she keeps everything inside. And when you keep everything inside, you don't heal, you harden. You survive. Now let's talk about the other piece of Alana's isolation. The person who moved with her. Alana's long-term boyfriend, Lauryn Carswell, has been tied to serious legal trouble stemming from a 2023 DUI arrest and police chase in Georgia, reported by major outlets at the time. And later reporting in November 2025 said he entered a guilty plea to lesser charges connected to that case. That matters because when you're building a new life far from home, your closest relationship becomes your daily support. But if that support is under legal stress, your home life becomes unstable too. Think about it. You're trying to study for exams that decide your future in nursing, while the person you live with is dealing with court consequences and public scrutiny. That doesn't create peace. It creates constant low-level panic. And panic kills focus. Makes you tired, short-tempered, numb, and reactive. It makes small problems feel huge because your nervous system is already maxed out. So when people look at Alana and say, wow, she's in college, good for her, they're only seeing the headline. What they're not seeing is that Alana's new chapter isn't a celebration. It's a desperate fight to keep going while everything around her keeps shifting. And the saddest part? The one promise that's supposed to protect her future can also trap her. Because when your motivation comes from grief and fear, have to do this or I'm failing the person lost, your goal stops feeling like freedom and starts feeling like pressure. Becomes, slip, not just disappointing myself, betraying my sister. And that kind of mental weight is brutal. And make you push too hard, isolate. For her education. But the details of the meeting showed a lack of maturity. bringing a giant check as though Alana had somehow won the money and forcing her daughter to take a photo with the check to make sure it could be posted for followers online to see the amount had been repaid showed that June is better at creating moments of conflict than she is at repairing connections on Mama June. Family crisis. Lauryn fought to get custody of her younger sister Alana. And through different tragedies, the older sister patiently worked to keep the family together and to keep Alana on track to follow her career. Goals after high school. The family crisis, including the loss of their eldest sister, Anna Chickadee Cardwell, to cancer in 2023, also put strains on Lauryn's marriage. While Josh was a solid partner throughout much of Lauryn's family crisis, his frustration with their situation fed into the downfall of their relationship. Since Lauryn seemed to always be stuck trying to do the right thing amid the impossible situation she was put in by June. While it is nice to see that the couple have seemingly sorted out a civil co-parenting situation after the split, it is sad to see the couple incapable of communicating anymore after years of suffering under the effect of June's choices. The couple of course suffered under the usual strain of normal family life, and Lauryn's pivot to expand her online business seems to have bothered Josh in the last days of their relationship. But both Lauryn and Josh have acknowledged that the different stages of crisis in the family impact on their relationship. As the couple struggled to communicate, they pulled further apart. In a touching moment, Josh confessed he wished he could go back and fix the issues that started over a decade ago, but he felt powerless to salvage the relationship now despite still loving his wife. In an interview with People, Lauryn said she felt the divorce was the right choice for her children and that she was breaking a cycle she had witnessed with her mother staying too long in relationships, trying to fix them once they were bad. The family crisis will continue this season as June and her mama June Shannon revealed that her granddaughters Caitlin and Kylie have not seen each other since their mom Anna Chickadee Cardwell's funeral amid their current custody arrangement. The wake of her daughter Anna Chickadee Cardwell's death in December 2023. The Mama June family crisis star successfully fought for custody of granddaughter Caitlin, but the legal win proved to be bittersweet as she said the 12-year-old has not seen. It started quietly, almost invisibly, the way the biggest secrets often do. 2 weeks ago, fans of Lauryn Pumpkin noticed something strange creeping into her social media presence. Pumpkin has always been confident, open, and unapologetic when it came to her body. Tight tops, relaxed selfies, real-life moments without filters, that was her brand. But suddenly, the tone changed. Oversized hoodies replaced fitted outfits. Photos were carefully angled, cropped just right. Handbags, furniture, and even children strategically covered her midsection. At first glance, it seemed harmless. Maybe she wanted privacy. Maybe she was just changing her style. But longtime followers knew better. This didn't feel like Pumpkin. And once fans start asking questions, the internet never lets it go. The speculation simmered quietly until one blurry photo changed everything. An eagle-eyed fan snapped an image of Pumpkin walking out of a baby boutique in downtown Atlanta. Beside her was Darren Kitchens. The photo was grainy, poorly lit, and taken from a distance, but it didn't matter. Within minutes it was everywhere. TikTok investigators zoomed in, enhanced pixels, slowed footage, and analyzed every detail.